local because I like to support my community. It's my neighbors, it's my friends, it's family.
I choose local, support local industry, local farmers, local produce. Makes a lot of sense.
I eat local because it supports our local economy and because it tastes better.
Well, I like to eat local because it's great to support the local community and put your money in the places where people are actually working to support themselves here. And you pay a little bit extra, but you get great food and you get to feel like a part of the community and bringing everybody together.
And the kids love coming here.
I like eating local because it's healthier than other places.
You don't have a lot of fertilizers and carcinogens and stuff on the produce.
And a local economy is a good thing. It's something that I think we need to embrace and support, and it's a lot of fun.
I choose to shop locally because I like to support the local community and the local farmers in the area.
I choose local because it supports the local people and it tastes better.
Because I think it's really good for those of us who can to support the local economy as much as possible, even if it's a little more expensive, and then also get really, really fresh stuff.
I eat local because it supports local businesses and because everything is fresh and it's really enjoyable to be able to come to the market every week to eat fresh vegetables.
I choose to eat local because it supports local growers and you know that the foods come straight out of the ground, it's full of nutrition, and you get to eat more diverse things because it changes every month.
I choose local because it's fresh and I support local farmers.
I choose local because I like supporting local artisan craft.
Because the apples are crunchier.
We eat local because we care about our community and we care about our health.
Grow your own and do what you can to support the people who are bringing stuff here to the market.
Eating local keeps us sustainable.
I just like to eat food and I like to support it.
I think people should be eating local because we've moved too far away from food that's good and moved into food that's processed, and you've lost the nutritional value of it, you've lost the heritage of it, you've lost the taste, you've lost all the goodness that nurtures your body and makes you whole. And so if you purchase local food, then you start to bring all that back into.
We don't have a very big food culture here, like in North America. Food is kind of seen as fuel, and so we eat to go and go and go and go. But I think you see it happening more and more where maybe that's starting to change a bit, and we are starting to pay more attention to really understanding how food was grown and where it came from.
And if you're eating from right in the city, from a backyard or your neighbor's yard or a community garden, there are all kinds of community benefits that happen that aren't just about the food, but about building community and getting to know your neighbors, getting outside, getting exercise, learning about food, making yourself healthier, all that stuff.
I think people are starting to realize that it's better for their health, and they're also hearing a lot in the news about environmental issues, and they're wanting to do what's best for the environment. So it's interesting how it's become a local food movement.
When you eat locally, you're getting a lot more connected to the place where you're from. You're getting much more in tune with the nature and the seasons around you.
We've gotten used to packaged food from faraway places, and that web is just so thin and so fragile. And so for us to be aware of where our food comes from and what that implies and the fragility of that system, I think is bringing a whole new wave of appreciation that's just coming back. In the past 5 years, it's really this wave of like, oh yeah, maybe there is some benefit to supporting locally.
I think there's many reasons to eat local. You can start with health. From studies and research that's being done, they're saying that a lot of local food is healthier for you, and it makes sense. It makes sense that you can grab something from the farmer's market, or you're even seeing local food more and more in grocery stores or specialty stores, but it makes sense that something that was picked just a day or two ago is better for you and probably has higher nutritional value than, say, something that has been trucked in from a long ways away.
I think in general people are getting that they need to pay attention more to local food and grow their own food and support local farmers because it's just not sustainable to be looking at shipping all our other food in from thousands of miles away. I mean, it's one thing if we want a pineapple, but we've got so much local. We shouldn't be shipping apples from New Zealand when BC's the biggest apple producer in North America. It doesn't make any sense.
Certain people are realizing, certainly the health authorities are realizing, that the food we're eating is actually killing us. We're getting more cancer, heart disease, and stroke because of the food we're eating and the way we live. And by changing those things, we can make ourselves a lot healthier and save a lot of public money.
In the last, I'd say, 5 or so years, you've seen a huge increase in the availability of local food. That was probably one of the bigger challenges 10 years ago or so, where it was much harder to access local food. You're buying local food, you're supporting the local economy. So if you kind of live and work and play in the city that you live in, it makes sense to be eating locally made.
BC, we don't have any GMO farms, and we have a lot of organic farms. So by eating local, we are cutting down on the pollution from fossil fuels to ship our food all over the place. We can eat more organic, non-GMO foods, and by growing your own stuff, you are saving a lot of money and you are saving a lot of wasted energy that's used to produce food in a far-off place and ship it here.
I find that out of all the different kinds of foods that we grow here, something that we grow here tastes better than the same product that's coming from out of the country.
The way that we eat as a world now is such a convoluted system. Like the whole idea of supermarkets and food that's been shipped for like days and days. That's not the norm at all. Like for thousands of years, people ate food that was fresh from the garden, fresh from the farm. And it's just a matter of now people like realizing how messed up our food system is and thinking maybe there's another way to do this.
It's good for the environment because it reduces the carbon footprint. Your food doesn't have to travel. I read something the other day that most meals travel an average of 1,700 miles to get to your plate, which is just absurd when you can grow it in your backyard and it travels no miles.
The industrial food has a lot of harmful byproducts, pollution, waste, monocultures, soil destruction, erosion, that are not priced into the food. And so those costs are still there, but the low price you're paying at the supermarket is not an accurate price, and that's one of the big problems of our food choices. And I think the local food price is a little more of an accurate price.
It's a lot more sustainable to eat local. It's healthier, your food's fresher, it's a better thing to be doing with the land than putting up townhouse developments and things like that. So I think that it's just a better system locally, so it helps the environment.
I encourage people that they shop local, they enjoy the health benefits, the connection with the farm, but they're also investing in their community and their future, which is so important. Like they're investing in a sustainable food system when they buy local.
A lot of us live with we're in a huge disconnect with the natural place where we actually live. And when you touch back down to earth and you like shake the hand of the people who farmed it, you just slow down to the natural rhythm of the world. And it has benefits both like globally, of course, with like in the environment as a whole, but it's for your local community and for you.
But the farmer's market, you will get a better chance of a direct communication with the farmer, which has a lot of value in it and helps you understand who's growing your food and be more connected with your food in a way you just can't get at a grocery store.
The best thing to do is to shop at a farmer's market or go directly to a farm.
Farmers markets offer a place to connect in a sustainable way with locally made, baked, and grown.
Good. It feels really good to be able to come out to a farmer's market and choose your food that you know was grown in those fields over there, and it's the best feeling ever after you come home and cook with food you just got. It's about doing small things like going out whenever you can, maybe buying apples when they're in season. The small changes are the ones that make a huge difference.
One way to get started eating local is just look for the local label in the food store and check out how much better seasonal food is.
It becomes more just a way of life, and kind of it's really kind of going back to where we came from, because we never used to truck stuff in from far away. We used to survive off of what we had here, but we're seeing more the benefits of kind of going back to that way of living. It's a good thing.
You can just throw some seeds in the ground and stuff grows, and just getting over that that fear of dirt and growing things. And I think that's how, like, I don't think that local food is the whole local food movement is going away. I think that we've got it right. We're going back to the way things used to be. My mom doesn't understand organic, because when she was growing up there was no such thing as organic, because everything was just grown naturally. So I think we're moving back towards that. I think that's important.
I would say value food. Understand that it's more than just fuel. There's a person behind that, and probably more than just one or two people behind that carrot or squash or whatever it might be. And share it. Like, share it with family, share it with friends. Do it together, because it's amazing the things that you'll learn and you would learn about each other and feel connected about it.